So if you're thinking of putting solar on your house to save money, sell the electricity to make money, reduce your environmental footprint, whatever your reason is, maybe you like that idea, but you don't like spending the money for the system. Or you don't have the money to spend for the system. This is just an alternative option or path someone could take, like I did, to get the solar panels in your house. Okay, so here in Rhode Island, anyway, the long-term average price increase rate for electricity is about 3% a year. It's not, of course, evenly distributed. There are some years it's less, some years it's more. Sometimes it does nothing. For example, in one year it went up 41%, but on average, long-term, it's about 3% a year. So the array I put in is a 6,090 watt AC PV solar array on the roof, and given the average year weather, because it varies from time to time, that would produce, if it had ideal orientation with the sun's path, 8,891 kilowatt hours over the course of a year. The average rate of electricity over a 25-year period then, with that 3% increase, would be about 34 cents per kilowatt hour. And if the panels only did the minimum warranty requirement of 20% degradation over 25 years, they might degrade less, but if they did at least that minimum amount, that maximum amount, then over a 25-year period, the average yearly output would be 8,001 kilowatt hours for the year. So if we combine those averages, we have the average expected cost per kilowatt hour over a 25-year period and an average amount of electricity the PV array would produce over a 25-year period. So that's an expected 25-year output of about $68,000. The last time I checked, the US was averaging about $3 a watt for a professionally installed PV system. This size, 6,090 watt system, would then be about $18,270 for the average install, and that 25-year sales of PV power would mean a $49,730 profit over that 25-year period. But I am not the ideal case. As you can see here, it's not a clean bell curve. Some power is lost by location. You can see here the house is not perfectly aligned, with the south of the panel. So you can see some of the outputs vary a lot from panel to panel. And part of that is the orientation of the house, and part of it is the chimney and the tree and the neighbor's house. So for my less than ideal real world install, I'm looking at more like about $46,673 of PV sales over a 25-year period. So the company I got that's footing that upfront bill, so I don't have to, in return, they're going to collect the first $1,700 of PV sales for the first 10 years, or $17,000 over a 10-year period. They're also getting the incentives, which is about 30%, which means that they're going to collect over 10 years about $24,286. Now, for that person putting the collateral, that's $6,016 of profit. In my case, they are also the solar installer. So some of that $18,270 per installer is profit margin for that company. So in this case, that company is making both those profits. And that means that over that 25-year period, I'm still going to make about $29,673 with nothing out of pocket for me. So that's just a financial benefit. Plus, the entire 25-year period, no matter who's collecting the money, it costs me nothing for the environmental benefit for all the solar electricity that's being produced.